Revitalizing your cupboards at home can be a surprisingly effective and budget-friendly way to transform the look and feel of your home. So in my case, I'm tired of this cupboard outside of my balcony of my apartment. It's just looking sad, and I want to brighten it up and incorporate it into my home decor. And I can definitely do with more pack space. I always remove the doors before painting because I can lay them flat, and I'm going to get a much more professional finish this way. And by laying them flat on a surface when you paint them, it prevents paint running down your kitchen cupboard doors, which looks ghastly. And please remove the hinges as well. I mean, you want a real professional finish here. And I'm removing these hinges because I want to change the color of the hinges as well. And to do that color change on my hinges, I just used a good quality spray paint, and the color I used here was Machinery Grey. So always spray outside in a well-ventilated area. Spray very thin coats, rather build it up with 2 or 3 thin spray coats to get a beautiful even finish. So other than the paint that I'm going to be using, which is a water-based high adhesion primer to cover the blue, which I tinted to a grey, followed by my bright silver, I need good quality preparational tools and brushes and rollers. So what am I using here? I'm using Hamilton's Professional Brush, which has a premium blended bristle and gives you a quality finish with all types of paints, that being water-based or solvent. But the most important item here is the mohair roller, which is mainly used for water and solvent-based enamels on smooth surfaces. And I'm looking for a smooth finish, as I'll be applying a high adhesion primer followed by a water-based metallic paint. Now I'm using a wax brush from Hamilton's, which is a specialized synthetic bristle paintbrush for acrylic paints, chalk paints, as well as creating special effects and glazing. But I love this brush. This is one of my most favorite brushes when I'm doing cupboards because it's got a nice pointed tip. It gets in little corners easily, and because of this cupboard being slatted, it paints this high adhesion primer that I'm applying simply, quickly, and smoothly. So I'm going to get a nice coat of the grey primer on, and that will be a good base coat for me to paint the water-based metallic paint on. So let's get this cupboard fully primed with this grey primer. And a quick tip, if you're getting into the corners, don't force the point into those corners. Just dab softly. Because of its pointed bristle, it gets in a corner very easily. Don't force the brush. Once the cupboards have completely been primed with this high adhesion primer in a grey, I'm going to leave it for at least 4 hours before I paint my metallic silver over it. And look, it paints the side of the cupboards beautifully. This is a brush ideal for using on kitchen cupboards. And here we go with the water-based metallic paint in the color bright silver. I just wanted to show you this. To the left is the metallic silver completely painted, and to the right is the grey adhesion primer. Now I'm using the water-based metallic paint, and it has a high metallic luster, and it's perfect for interior and exterior feature walls, cupboards, doors, pillars, and so much more. And it's available in many other metallic colors like brass, bronze, champagne, copper, but I'm using the bright silver. And I'm applying 2 coats, 4 hours between the coats. Cupboard's looking awesome with the new hinges sprayed in Machinery Grey and the bright silver done 2 coats. Oh, and I put some new handles on the doors. Using Hamilton's resin bonded sandpaper, which makes it longer lasting, available in 1 meter and 5 meter rolls. I'm just preparing my surface to paint the rest of the cupboard with the grey primer, followed then by 2 coats. But we first need to do some repair on the cupboard with a little bit of wood filler. And then just a nice sand after the repair once the wood filler is dry, just to get everything nice and smooth. And now we're ready to primer the cupboard. So I'll be applying the primer as well as the bright silver paint using Hamilton's Professional Mohair Roller, and it's mainly used for water and solvent based enamels on smooth surfaces, but I find it a beautiful roller for applying water-based primers and water-based metallic paints on large smooth areas such as this cupboard top. Oh, and remember that drop sheet when you're painting to catch all the spills and splatters. Using a Hamilton's professional brush, a 25mm, I'm just painting my primer where the roller's not going to get in, and I'm going to be using the metallic paint as well where the roller won't get in. And we'll be applying 2 coats of our metallic paint, 4 hours between the coats, and we're going to see how funky this cupboard's going to look like. But let's get this primer done. You might not have noticed, but I had a piece of masonite cut because this cupboard didn't have a backing board, and this has also made the cupboard more sturdy. Okay, so we're applying our first coat of the metallic silver paint. Remember, these metallic paints always need a base coat with a sort of similar matching color to make these metallics cover well. So if it was a gold, you do a light yellow, but with a metallic silver, we did a gray base coat. And my base coat was a primer that I tinted. You don't necessarily have to do that. I just did that because I wanted a very good adhesion to the cupboard. Okay, now I'm cutting in with my Hamilton's professional brush, and we're going to repeat this process with another coat of the silver in exactly the same manner. So using a Hamilton's professional mohair roller, a 150mm, in combination with a luxurious wax brush, you're going to get that perfect finish. That's it from me, Bernie B and Hamilton's. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe.